Hey, man, it's been a stinky day. I'm gonna be totally honest. I was gonna write today and work on some video stuff today, and everything, I was all worried about health insurance and getting things like cleaned up around here. It's just like all this like left brain household crap got in the way of what I wanted to be a creative, do my art day, and that just sucks. But here I am doing something creative, doing something for you guys. So this was a good week. um, some stuff. So this weekend I got to do a couple shows. I did one show at the Awful Waffle, which was great, and then I also did another show at Misty's Coffee, and it's Misty's Awful Waffle was great. It was fun. I had a few people come, and then Misty's Coffee I had even more people come, which is great. I played that show with Ice Hotel and this other band called Coin in the Sea, and they were both so awesome. They did great. Ice Hotel usually is at least a 3-piece, but usually 4-piece band, and it was just the two main guys kind of also playing synth in there too, with 2 guitars and then synth. They pulled it off, but it looked tough. I was proud of them. They did a good job. And then Coin in the Sea I'd never heard before, but they're great. They're really good. Kind of acoustic, folky pop stuff. Really good. Their lead singer has a really interesting voice. Really interesting. I'll have to put up a link to their stuff somewhere. Yeah, that was good. And then I went to Colorado on Monday for an audition. It was the revamped, well, they're working on revamping The Unsinkable Molly Brown. And I met Dick Scanlon, who is a big wig in the musical theater world, for those of you who don't know. I shook his hand. He was down on the floor of this theater where we auditioned. He was on the front row, and also Erica Tarkin was there, and her assistant, whose name I do not remember. That was fun. That was good. They were all great. I didn't get a call back. That was kind of a bummer, but, who knows? You never know why. You never know. Yeah, I thought I was pretty well prepared, really. You can always do more, is the hard thing, but I was in a pretty good place, preparation-wise. Yeah, so my mom and I drove to Colorado. We did that, and we drove back, and then for the rest of the week. Oh, I guess last week I kind of joined a band, and then last weekend, and then a couple days ago I left that same band. Funny how that happens. I was going to play keyboards for some friends, and they decided it would be best if they went with someone else because I'm leaving so soon, which I totally understand, and they're great guys, really fun. But it's just funny how those things happen. I also, while I was away, well, not while I was away, actually, on Saturday, before we left for Colorado on Sunday, I went to visit an auction with my dad to look at cars, and we saw one that I was pretty interested in, and I was like, well, yeah, let's bid on it. Let's see if we can get it. And I had to go do some other things, and my dad is so awesome. He stayed there like all day and waited for that truck to be up, and we got a truck. Well, I got a truck thanks to my dad's babysitting the auction. I got this sweet yellow bi-fuel truck. Yeah, I'm excited. We got a really good deal on it, and there might even be a tax credit on it because it's it's natural gas converted, so you get a tax credit for environmental stuff in the state. So it might end up being really, really super cheap, which is great. It's in the shop right now, so I'm not driving it yet, but hopefully sometime next week it will be up and going and ready to roll. So that's great. Yeah, and then yesterday I got to do a cool voiceover thing with some students up at the U. They're doing computer animation, and they needed a girl to do some voiceover, so I went in and I did some voiceover for them. I'm excited to get that copy. I think it will be very good. They're doing a kind of space story. It's like two researchers who are out in like a space lab because there's a huge pandemic on Earth, and so they're up there trying to figure out a cure for the disease on Earth. Yeah, but it's all computer animated, and it's they were saying that it's harder to pull off the computer animation when you're doing something serious. And I imagine that that's a lot because it's hard to watch something that almost looks human and not feel a little weird about it if it's not intending to look human at all, and it's not that weird. If it's intended to look like a three-dimensional cartoon, then that's not weird for us to see. But something that's close to being human like weirds us out. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think it should be really interesting. They had to do some facial what were they calling it? Motion capture on my face. So that's cool. So the character that I'll be reading for will be literally using my facial movements, which will be cool. My character isn't on screen very much though, so whatever. It'll be neat. It'll be neat. I'm excited about that. What else is happening? My grandma wrote a book, and I am helping her, and my uncles are all kind of on a team around her, help her to get it out there, get it published in the next couple weeks, and then ready to sell. Well, we have a publishing deal, but we're just getting it all printed and stuff. Getting it ready to sell by July, because I'm going to go to Boston to the National Association of Teachers of Singing conference, which should be way cool. I'm excited. I love Boston, so it'll be great to go back and visit. And most of my friends there all moved away. So hopefully I can find a place to stay even without having to get a hotel. But yeah, everyone kind of like grew up and moved away, so we'll see. But yeah, I've been working on that this week, helping my grandma. She's 86, so she has a flip phone and doesn't really know how to use the internet, so she needs a right-hand gal, and that's me. And it's a great book. It's about it's called Authentic Bel Canto, and it's about bel canto singing. My grandma has a very direct pedagogy line learning this particular technique, and the technique is kind of slowly getting diluted by other techniques, more modern things, and so she really has a good handle on what the authentic bel canto technique is. And so she's she feels like she can't die until she gets this technique out there. It's really important to her that she gets it out and gets it done. So and I agree with her. If it's an art that's just losing its, I don't know, just like I said, it's getting diluted with other things. So it'll be cool to have it there and have it out there, and I'm trying to learn it as much as I can before she goes as well. It's the technique that I grew up using, so I never really thought of it as special, but now that I learned that it's not a resource that a lot of people have, I recognize that it's really important to make it available to the public. So I'm kind of the media coordinator on that, and that's my job to make sure that the website looks good and we get some good YouTube videos up, and I'm going to go to this conference and sell books. It's going to be great. Yeah, so that's that on this week. This coming week, I don't have any crazy plans. I have a show coming up, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday at Mestizo Coffee, just a little thing. There'll be more information on that you can continue to look for, and hopefully I can still do some writing today. I just have a little bit more time before I'm going to a bachelorette weekend. Yay! For my friend who's getting married. That's what bachelorette weekends are for. Anyway, it's going to be great. Things are good. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I'm kind of low energy. Oh! There's something else I wanted to say. I don't... Scratch that. This week I also had an opportunity to reconcile a friendship with someone that things, we didn't fight or anything. It was just that we had kind of fallen away, like circumstances being what they were, and I had kind of been angry about something for a while that I knew I shouldn't have been angry about, and have been working to overcome that anger in the last little while, and I had been doing that with a lot of prayer and a lot of just asking for a lot of help from God, and it's really cool. I very specifically asked Heavenly Father if He would help me to find a way to talk to this person without it being first of all, at a time when I would be able to talk to them without becoming upset, because I knew that to a certain degree my feelings were irrational and not fair. So I had prayed about, a specific, somehow it would work out that we could talk to each other and reconcile things without me getting upset, and also without either of us, approaching each other in any sort of over proactive way and being like, hey, I need to talk to you, so it kind of worked out that this friend had asked me if I would kind of advise his nephew who's thinking about going into performing, and then the nephew fell through. Like, the nephew wasn't able to come, so we ended up going to dinner, just the two of us, and it was really great. And my whole point in telling you this is just that, for one, that is a really small situation that kind of displays the power of faith and how God can help things to happen. And I really believe that He helped that to happen for us to be able to talk. But also, and more importantly, that my ability to heal and overcome some of the hurt that I was feeling, I know was because of my Savior, Jesus Christ. And that without His help, it would have taken me much longer if I had been able to get over it at all. So, yeah, I just want to bear that testimony to you that I know that Christ lives and that He's awesome, and that we can be healed from difficult things. And yeah. Anyway, have a wonderful week. I hope that you are all well, and yeah, hopefully soon I'll be able to release some music to you. I haven't really recorded anything in a really long time, and that is number 1 on the list. So thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful week. Adios.